range drive. Like, I just want like good, not phones and stuff. Because like, I know.
Well, good morning from Phoenix, Arizona. This morning we're here with our first class of Crossbred Gilts, Arizona National Livestock Show. First class is 126. Looks like Travis Platt's our judge, and he's done a quick U-turn on our first young man there, and that's Jace Reinhardt. Jace is local young man here, family that we know very well. That Gilt's bred by Otten Walters. We're going to try to get the we have the 6434 of Christopher Contessa. That Gilt is sired by Whiskey and bred by Schultz Farms. We bred that Gilt. Then we have Emily Contessa, 7168. Again, another Gilt sired by Whiskey and bred by Schultz Farms. We've got the 6679 Gilt that's there, the blue Gilt in the center part of your ring. That is Ellie Nelson from Parker. Gilt was bred by Cobbs. No pedigree on that Gilt. There in the center portion of the ring, we have Hunter Stevens. Hunter Stevens is another local young man here. Trying to find a little info on that one. And, Hunter's Gilt is bred by Miller Time Genetics, sired by Lock It Up. Danzy Stevens is, take that back, Danzy's is a Miller Time Genetics, sired by Lock It Up, and Hunter's is a Putney Show Pigs meant to be. Give us some comments, guys. Let us know if we're clear, if you can hear us this morning. New setup again this morning here, so we want to make darn sure we can hear what's going on. The 7184 down there, in the middle of the ring, is Reagan Cole from Bakersfield, California. Bred by Bar 8 Show Pig, sired by Jack. $71.83 gilt is Ethan McGee from San Luis Obispo. We do not have any breeder information on that one. Young lady that just catches a pin there is the 6681. That was Betty Parker from Parker, Arizona, bred by Nelson Show Pig, sired by 225K. Here on this end, we have Kelsey Brooks from Buckeye, Arizona, local young lady there, the 6808 there in your middle of your screen, purple shirt with the gray vest. That is bred by Get Her Done Show Pigs and sired by Wedding Night. Boar that needs no introduction to this business, obviously. Travis has got a big class to sort through here this morning. I think there's about 15 of them in here, and man, he's spinning a lot of hogs there. Very nice set of pigs here. He's going to rerun a bunch of them. Looks like Travis has got 16 of them to sort through here. A lot of these hogs are going to be probably these local kids in these younger classes for the most part, and they're going to county fairs scattered around the area in March and April. So Travis is talking about the ones he's going to go ahead and release out of the ring, and then he's going to rerun the top 12 again. First one out here, be coming into your screen in a minute, is Jace Reinhardt, gilt that's bred by Otten Walters. I believe that gilt is sired by Out of Line. Really big-legged, stout kind of a gilt there to come out, and Travis turns that one straight back around, right back to the scale here. He's going to weigh that one. Young man in the middle of the ring down there, we'll get his back tag number here in just a second. That's the 3258. That is Roderick Corey from Lincoln, California, bred by Triple L, sired by Handmade. Next one out there is Danzy Stevens. Again, Miller Time Genetics, Lock It Up gilt. So far, it looks like Travis has weighed one. Possibly this other gilt here is going to go in two. Yeah, he's put this other gilt here in the scale, the 6418. That is Jasmine Clevelinger from Centralport, Oregon, bred by Nick Kessler, sired by Prenup. Not yet. I need another commentator. Is Krisha back there? Ask her.
I can commentate what you do.
Absolutely. So yeah, it looks like so far he's got 2 through the scale, and gonna run and look through the rest of these things here and see if he wants to reevaluate a few of them. Looks like Travis is down to 3. Looks like we got Jace Reinhardt, the 70-41 there in the middle. Gilt. Super cool, tall-fronted gilt, big-legged, really, really nice gilt there, coming right at their screen. Down on the other end is the 64-18 gilt. Down on there is Jasmine Clevelinger from Central, led by Nick Kessler and sired by Prenup. And the next one coming out of the top 3 is Danzy Stevens, Miller Time Genetics, sired by Lock It Up. A lot of similarities here in these gilts, tall-fronted, good-looking. Let's hear from Travis.
Well, good morning, and it's looking forward to getting through today's crosses. Had a blast yesterday with the purebreds, and I think we start off with some prospect-sized pigs, and I think a good way to start in terms of quality and depth. Top trio driving out here today. I think a great way to start today. Easy thing to do. Let's congratulate that young man with the blue belt and gilt. He's going to win this drive, and she does so pretty easily for me. That's the right time for this age. She's heavy structured, got a great look, not too much muscle, the right amount of rib and body. I think that one's got a great future. A real good kind of a prospect gilt to win this first drive. Second and third are close to me. I think there's some differences within them. The one that suits me second best is the young lady right here in the purple shirt. I like that gilt design. Extremely well presented, kind of a gilt, up-headed. She levels out. She's got a good hip and hind leg. Ideally want to pull her apart just a nickel when she comes right at me, comparing to the class winner, but I like that gilt just overall design. I think she'll make a good big one, big hind leg and a good hind leg at that. The gilt in third is one that's got some shape, got some muscularity, maybe a little more market oriented for this size. Just gets a little flatter, not quite as good in the center part of her body yet. Want to crack her open at her chest, but she's square enough there. She's got good structure, she's heavy bone. I think a nice third place gilt. Fourth place gilt, extremely well presented. The young man does an awesome job sticking her. She's good on the side, her head and neck's good enough. She's a little forward in her shoulder. Want to push that shoulder back, give her a little more length of stride behind. But I think one that gives you a great look on the side. Just need to see just a little more go off those ends for me. The blaze face gilt that comes out next, another really good design gilt on the side. We need to crack her open coming at me. I think one, you go to her just a little bit there. I think she'll come together because she's got a great look on the side, plenty flexible enough, good bone. Just need to give her more body and power. The next one comes out is one that's real heavy duty, just needs more flesh and body. She gets a little rounder out of her hip. Just want to give her more just overall depth in the center part. Next one comes out, offers some moderation in body and bones. She's too flat up on her front feet for this stage, but one that does have some shape, does have some muscle. Her hind leg's plenty good enough. Heavy bone kind of a gilt. Blue belted gilt comes out next. One, I can't get a great read on her on the way she plants and drives behind. She's a little narrow at her knee. Just want to fix her hot shape at the same time. Like her body, like her levelness, like her shape. A little harsher mate gilt that comes out next. Need to see more body in that one. And we finish up the drive with some gilts that just need more just time on feet, a little more flesh. Good class and a good way to start off. Let's congratulate those exhibitors with a big round of applause.
Let's congratulate our first place winner, Jace Reinhardt. Second place, Jasmine Clevenger. Third place, Emily Contessa. Fourth place, Chelsea Brooks. Fifth place, Rory Corey. Sixth place, Macy Dorr. Seventh place, Hunter Stevens. Eighth place, Christopher Contessa. Ninth place, Reagan Cole. I'm sorry, I've got a different show order. We will get the correct announcement for these placings. We have two different sets of show orders here. My apologies.
All right, so winning Class 1 again was Jace Reinhardt from Tonopah, Arizona. Gilt that was bred by Otten Walters. We're going to try to confirm that pedigree on that gilt.
Number 9. First division will go to class number 9. The second division will be after class number 18. And then the third division will be after class number 26. 9, 18, and 26 will be our division breaks in the class list.
Again, they talked about the division breaks, and they're going to break this thing. There's 27 classes, I believe, today, and they're going to break it after 9 and 18, and then after the final class. We'll have 3 divisions here, but there is 26 classes, so 9, 9, and 8 today. Travis is flipping them around super fast back in the pens. We're just going to kind of let you guys watch at home, and then we'll talk about these hogs as they come out.
Jace Reinhardt. Second was Jasmine Clevenger. Third is Danny Stevens. Fourth is Roderick Corey. Fifth is Hunter Stevens. Sixth was Betty Parker. Seventh was Ethan McKagan. Eighth was Jack Lindley. 9th is Christopher Contessa. 10th is Kelsey Brooks. 11th was Emily Contessa. And 12th was Reagan Cole. We had 2 separate sheets that were mismarked. Apologize for that, but we do have the corrected version from the judge that we have now.
Again, this class has got 15, and Travis is pulling them out and flipping them right back around. And so
Yep, we're looking at age weights from weights from 135 to 174 right now. So this is still a pretty young class of gilts that we have out.
absolutely. Lauren, our media intern, is back with us this morning in the commentating booth, and we appreciate her being here and all her hard work yesterday. Again, she's watching those comments, guys. If you can't hear us, you don't like the view, something we can do to help you there at home watching, please shoot us a comment. Let us know where you're from, where you're watching from.
Who you cheering for?
So, looks like in the few of them that he's turned around here, he looks like he's got about 6 of them back in there.
How many more you think he's going to take?
I bet he takes 10 anyway. Looks like he's got about 9 of them in so far, so does that sound better, guys?
There's some lag, but yeah.
Okay, awesome. We'll see what it sounds like now. Maybe the microphone's a little cold this morning. It's got to warm up. All right, Travis has got about 10 of them in. talking to the kids that are left out there, and all right, looks like we're going to run the top end here again. He's going to get the 2 out that he's released to go back, and first one out.
Let's have a round of applause for those hogs and jets just dismissed.
First one out here is Shaylee Davis, the blue belted gilt. Shaylee's gilt is sired by Viper, bred by Schultz Farms. That's the 6909 blue gilt. Travis sends that one to the scale. Then the 5397 Travis sends to the scale. That's Ashley Anderson from Turlock, California, bred by Small Town, sired by House Money. Board that's there at...
It looks like he just sent another one. This girl coming up in the cactus shirt.
Cool. Looks like we got the 3788 is out in the ring. That's Hannah Slate from Outwater, California, bred by Final Drive Genetics, sired by Little Bro.
6488 is the one that was
6488 got sent to the scale. That's Annalise Perez from Merced, California, bred by Stallquest, sired by Meant to Be. Travis pulls another one to go to the scale. Looks like he's going to weigh 4 in this class. The water may be a little deeper here. We'll get this young lady's back tag number. She's got it stuck in her pocket. We're going to have a hard time. Again, as we're evaluating these hogs here this morning, we want to thank our sponsors again, Ottenwalter Show Pigs, W.W. Paul Scales, Sanderson Ford, Next Level Livestock Camps, Showbloom, they're sponsor of our pictures here, the show. They'll be up on the web free for anybody that wants to pull them down and print them here in a couple of weeks. Sullivan Supply, big supporter of shows around the country. All Flex. Glitter Dust. Glitter Dust is a new product that a young man in California has started to sell. Skin and hair product for show pigs. Get a hold of Joseph Parker. Judge to Win. Flextran, Tractor Supply Company, and Generation X. Alan Rios and the crew over there, we appreciate your sponsorship and support of the show.
Looks like they're having a little trouble getting this pig in the show.
Yeah, this gilt does not want to go in the scale, and sometimes these young gilts haven't been in the scale much, and she does not want anything to do with it, so they're struggling a little bit here to get her in the scale.
Can't change animals' minds sometimes.
Maybe we need to get a couple guys work with some hogs, Jeff and Clay over there. They've probably never seen a hog in their life, so there we go. Bo's got her in the scale again. We want to thank Bo Sanders and W.W. Paul Scales, and Bo comes and weighs hogs every year, and any show you go around the country, Bo's the guy there that's weighing those hogs and does an amazing job, and we appreciate that company support and Bo's support always. What a great guy. That's the gilt that finally gets in the scale there is the 6882 of Holland Schneider from Fireball, California, bred by Cal Poly, sired by Salvation. Again, we're down to the top 4. A pretty tough class of gilts here, but man, you can see the pattern Travis likes for sure quick. Good looking, tall fronted, pretty kind of gilts. Probably not the craziest out there ones. Some that got some feed and left in them, and very nice set of gilts out here. These young gilts.
They're easy walking.
Here's Travis. We'll see what he's going to do.
Real solid class here, the second drive, and I think 3 gilts all offer quality and still some upside in terms of feedability and where they're going to be there in a few months, and you know, just the stick priorities where they need to be. I guess for me, the Calico gilt wins pretty easily. Let's give her a nice round of applause. I like this gilt skeleton the best. She's the heaviest boned. I think one that gives you a great look. She's loose made. Her angles are right. You know, one that maybe is not the biggest stifle, but I think as a mature one, that one I read is the best big one. I like her design. She's got great pasture, good head and neck. She ties in good, the right amount of flesh. I think a nice gilt to start. Second place gilt's going to be this young lady right here with the velvet one. I like that one, head and neck, her shape, her muscle that she does have. One that I think is really, really good on the side. She's bigger than her kind, and that's okay with me. Just maybe need to just square up just a nickel from the hockey ground. She does an incredibly good job showing this gilt and getting her stuff and showing her best. My compliments to her. Really nice gilt to be second. The gilt in third is one that's very attractive about her head and neck, and she's got some shape and muscularity. Just runs out of structure compared to some of the other ones. Need to see a little bigger forearm, a little bigger hind leg. Just need to give her more flesh and density. I think with time she'll be awfully, awfully good once she fleshes up. The next one comes out is one that I moved up a little bit, a little more deceiving, I guess. One that's probably as stout as we'll see in terms of width and muscle. She's relatively square off both ends, and to have this much power and muscle and be that square out of her hip and hind leg is pretty commendable, but at the same time, she's a little shorter stepping, she's a little harsher in her overall shape. She just doesn't quite blend together good enough for me for a breeding setting. The blue gilt, extremely well presented, kind of a hog, gives you a nice look on the side. One that's probably carrying a little more head and neck for this stage in the game. Where my biggest concern is coming and going with her, she needs to spread it to ground off both ends. The one on the side gives you a nice picture, high quality underline, nice blue gilt. That lady does a good job driving her. The black gilt comes out next, offers some shape and muscularity, big cage, kind of a hog, just not quite as coordinated behind. About every third step, she wants to swing her hind end. Can't get a great read on the way she plants and drives behind. She's a little more awkward there out of her hip and hind leg. Got some shape, got some muscle, nice presented hog. That lady does a good job. Black gilt comes out next, good head, good neck. Got a big forearm working in her level, and at the same time, she's probably just a little shorter stepping. She gets a little bit rounder there out of her hip, wants to throw her hind leg under ever so slightly. I visited with the remainder of the exhibitors and got their hogs. Let's give them all a nice round of applause and encouragement as they head back.
Attention in the barn, attention in the barn. You must be wearing your exhibitor number to come into the show ring. Again, you must be wearing your exhibitor number to come into the show ring. If you are not wearing that number, you will not be allowed to show. It is critically important. Please make sure you have that on. Parents, please double check. We greatly appreciate it. Thank you.
So Class 2 winners, first place was Ashley Anderson. Second place, Annalie Perez. Third place, Shayla Davis. Fourth place, Holland Snyder. Fifth place, Brooklyn Blake. Sixth place, Hannah Slate. Seventh place, Grace Curry. Eighth place, Levi Smith. Ninth place, Hunter Stevens. 10th place, Aaron Newman. 11th was Taylor Gettleman. 12th place was Maya Giannani. Congratulations.
All right, Lauren. So again, the winners of our last class there were, first place in that class was Ashley Anderson from Turlock, California, gilt bred by Small Town Genetics, sired by House Money. Second place was Annalise Perez from Merced, Stolquest bred hog, sired by Minta B. Third place, Shaylee Davis from Whitman, Arizona, bred by Schultz Farms, sired by Viper. Our next class coming in, Lauren, what's our weight split on that class?
We're looking at Class 3, which is 175 to 194.
So 175 to 194, and he's turning them around pretty quick here. The first one in is the 6746 of Jocelyn Slade. from Mesa, Arizona.
Next one in is 1827.
That's Brandon Doherty from Sebastopol, California. Ottenwalter bred hog sired by Shine On.
Looks like he's got his third one picked out as well.
That's Keikoa Typin.
Their number.
I apologize, guys. We had a few changes here this morning, and Keikoa's hog is not on our list here. We'll find that out shortly. But he's turned 3 around so far.
Okay, we had some questions come in a little more about what going to the scale means.
Oh yeah, so going to the scale. Purebreds yesterday, guys, we show everything by age. Today, crossbreds, we declare the weights, and they have to weigh back within 15 pounds of their declared weight. So if they declare those gilts at 200 pounds, they have to weigh no more than 215 and no less than 185. So when we send those gilts to the scale, that's what we mean, is that we're sending those gilts to be weighed to make sure they fit within the weight range that they declared them at. We don't have time to weigh all the gilts here. For those of you that go to shows that they weigh all the pigs as they come, you declare the weight. There's sets of scales that WW provides our show around the barn. You weigh your gilts, you turn in a weight card, and your gilt has to weigh back. He'll weigh the top 3, 4, 5 gilts in the class, and or beras if you happen to be in the Bear show tomorrow, and they've got to weigh within 15 pounds.
It's kind of a way to check to make sure that all the kids are playing on the same and
Exactly. That's right, Lauren.
Their pigs.
That's right. And so we don't declare them light and show them heavy. So
it's got a little bit of a bigger class to sort through. This one, again, the weights that we're looking at here is 175 to 194.
it looks like we got 16 or 17 in this class again, and he's put 5 back in. Looks like Trent Ackerman came out of the 12th pin down there and goes straight back in to get weighed or in to get rerun, and Travis puts another one in. The 4409 gilt goes back in there. Faith Hanna from Toscano, California. That's a gilt sire by Mob Squad, bred by WD, Ryan and Stacy Wagey there in California. Again, our judge today is Travis Platt from Indiana. And Travis is involved there in Upper Hand Genetics, Platt Show Pigs, and the Pig Planet. This busy guy does a lot of things. We're grateful to have him out here sorting hogs. Tomorrow on the Bear Show, we'll have Mark Hogue. No need for an introduction of Mark. Can judge every species at the highest level, and a pretty talented guy that we've got coming. We're excited. And those of you yesterday that watched the showmanship, Lauren, that was fun.
Yeah,
Brad's fun to watch. Brad Mabry sorted our showmanship division there yesterday, and man, he animated and does an awesome job with the kids, and this sure was fun to watch him.
Yep, he's great with interacting and having kids tell their story.
Absolutely.
About their pigs.
Again, Travis has got, looks like 9 in there, and is going to release some there and let them go back.
It looks like he's picking 11 in this class.
Weights jumped up quick here. Their first class, we had some 100-pounders, and now we get to the third, and we're at 185. So, again, I like I say, a lot of those first classes or two classes are kids that are probably have those hogs for March and possibly some April county fairs. So Travis is going to release the rest of them there, and we're going to rerun the top end here and see what we got.
Congratulate those exhibitors that have just been dismissed. Give them a round of applause, please.
So the first one out here is Jocelyn Slade, and I apologize, we don't have the breeder on this gilt. I think that hog, young lady, shows on our jackpot circuit. Travis sends that one straight to the scale. I think that hog is bred by Sloan, and I'm not sure what the pedigree is on her. We'll try to find that out.
Again, if you're just joining us, we're in the class 3 of 175 to 194. Next one he sends out.
That is Keikoa Typin from Klamath Falls, Oregon. Done that with that blue gilt, and that would be an Ottenwalter hog, and I don't know the pedigree again on that one, guys. I apologize. That one's pretty cool. Trent Ackerman comes out.
Sent to the scale. Right
Straight
away.
to the scale, 5 steps out. That is bred by Trent Ackerman and Lone Pine Livestock. That gilt is sired by Out of Line. Bore there at Ottenwalter Show Pigs. The 4408 Calico gilt that's out there on your screen is Faith Hanna from Toscano, California. Albright Swine Farms bred hog, sired by Short Bus. The 1827 there in the middle of your ring is Brandon Doherty from Sebastopol, California. Ottenwalter bred gilt, sired by Shine On. The young man that's getting in the scale now, 6600, is Dennis Grove, hog bred by Weisinger, sired by Prototype. Dennis is from Hidden Valley Lake, California. Keikoa Typin goes in the 5th hole there. Looks like Travis is going to run the top 4 again here.
It's interesting. We got pretty much a full top 4 of all black belts.
Again, looks like Trent Ackerman goes in the 4th hole there with his Out of Line gilt. One young man over here in the corner is having a heck of a time getting that gilt driven, and she is not wanting to cooperate. Coming across your screen there, young man in the vest. That's 2802. That's Justin Lee from Maxwell, California. Wintex bred hog, sired by Next Man Up. Here's Travis.
Particular drive, maturity patterns, different flesh levels, and kind of where they're at. And for me, I guess there's one in terms of skeleton and bone and design that just suits me best, and she does so pretty easily. She's not showing the best, but I like this gilt down here the way the young man's got. So let's give him a nice round of applause. I like that gilt tipping hind leg the best. I think her angles are the most ideal, I guess, in this drive. She's got the biggest hind leg, one that gives you a good look on the side. Maybe not the fleshiest or fullest in the center part of her body, but I like that gilt squareness coming and going better than the gilt second. Gilt second is phenomenally shown and really well prepared. The lady's got in front of me. And muscle that she does have is incredibly good. She wants to cave in a little bit coming at me, and then when I get right at the ground, she needs to be just a little bit wider to match what she is up high. Good skin and hair, nice presented kind of a gilt. Just need to maybe just square her up off both ends. The gilt I moved up a little bit in terms of just skeletal width. I think she has the advantage over some of the other ones. I like her shape. A big center kind of a hog. She just maybe pushes a little more flesh than ideal up in her head. She's just a little boxier, but I think she'll make a nice kind of a sow and still have a good show career. Just for me, just need to make her just a little bit neater up in her head for this particular size and weight. Young man does an awesome job driving our fourth place deal, one on the side that is incredibly good. Her head and neck ties in. She's big caged, got a good shape working in her. For me, maybe just not as comfortable. She's got a little different in her hock. There, she's got a little different hock shape. Maybe needs to be a little heavier boned at the same time. The one that gives you great look, shape and muscle, big center kind of a hog. Short underline gilt comes out next. The one that I do like in terms of her silhouette, gives you a great look. She's just a little bit too far forward in her shoulder, and where I want to get critical on this gilt, the way she utilizes her hind legs. She needs to go with more comfort knees from her ankle down, but I think a nice presented kind of a gilt gives you a good look on the side. Just maybe need to bulk her up and give her more security from hock to ground. The next one comes out is the off-belted gilt, heavy bone kind of a hog. She's a little shorter off both ends, a little shorter coupled. I like her tail set. I like her levelness that she does have. Maybe not quite as comfortable. She's got a little swelling on the outside of her right hind there. She's got a good center body and a nice look from the side. Good forearm. Just for me, we need to make her go just a little bit better, square her up from knee to ground. The loud mark gilt that comes out next is one that gives you a nice look in terms of her silhouette on the side. Needs more flesh, needs more just overall freshness to get it any higher. I visited with the remainder of the class. Let's pay those exhibitors off with a round of applause.
First place in that class was Justin Lee. Second place, Jocelyn Slade. Third place, Dennis Grove. Fourth place, Trent Ackerman. Fifth place, Trent Ackerman. Sixth place, Brad Doherty. Seventh place, Faith Hanna. Eighth place, R.C. Worley. Ninth place, Marlena Long. 10th place, Jordan Carlson. 11th was Jordan Brewer. And 12th place was Tate Reinhardt. Congratulations, kids.
Okay, we are moving on to Junior Crossbred Gilts Class 4. And I will get those weights for you in a second.
So our winner of Class 3, let's back up for a sec to Justin Lee from Maxwell, California. Wintex bred hog, sired by Next Man Up. Second in that class was Jocelyn Slade from Mesa, Arizona. That hog, I believe, was bred by Sloan. We do not have a pedigree on that. We'll try to get that one for you later as those come back in for our Division 1 drive. What do we got for weights there?
We are looking at weights ranging in Class 4 from 195 to 205.
So 10-pound spread.
And we've been getting a lot of questions about how many classes we're going to have today.
So we've got 9 classes in Division 1, 9 classes in Division 2, and 8 classes in Division 3. We did get an official count, by the way, last night, Lauren. We have 960 hogs in the barn.
Wow, that's
so
great.
We're too short of where we were last year. We had 962 last year. We're 960 today. So
still a great turnout, and it's really great for the kids to get this opportunity.
You bet. We went to our opening ceremonies there last night, our show dedication, and a lot of the talk of the upper management on the board of directors there, and some of our longtime followers is how awesome the hog shows become here at Phoenix, and how it's grown. And they were amazed when they walked in the barn at how many hogs were in here compared to when they were here 5 or 6 years ago. And so the next question was, how are we going to accommodate more? And we're on it. We're going to get that figured out, and we'll have more pens and more space next year. And so we hope to see all of you that are not here and that are listening come and visit us next year.
Yeah, and let us know where you're from and who you're cheering for, and what we can do better. We love hearing your guys' comments, and really are working to support you guys. It looks like we got 3 in the pens right now.
So, for sure the one in there I know is Christy Awalt from Paso Robles, California, hog bred by Warden, and we don't have a pedigree on that one. I can get that from Joseph. And I don't know what the other 2 we have in are.
I'm trying to look for numbers, but
Yeah, it's hard to see, guys. I believe who the young lady is Kaylin Galloway from Hutchinson, Kansas. I think that's one bred by Thompson and Sons.
6745 is in pen number 5.
6745 is in pin 5. That's Jocelyn Slade. All I would have had to do is look if I'd opened my eyes. I know her. Yeah. Young lady there in pin 1 that got a rerun is one bred by, again, Thompson and Sons there in Kansas. And Greg's a longtime friend and supporter of this business and does an awesome job. Looks like Travis is putting the bottom end in and gonna work the top 5. Again, our weights are 195 to 205, and Travis is going to leave this one young lady out here in the vest and then bring these other 5 out here to rerun them. Again, the 52.95 blue belted gilt there's a Thompson and Son bred gilt.
next one in the blue shirt here is 34.74, I think, if I could read that from the
34.74 is Cody Logan Bill from Lawrence, Kansas. Messner Farms bred hog. We do not have a pedigree on that one, but that one goes to the scale.
Girl on the vest coming around right in front of the camera. 5802.
5802 is Grace Curry from Denair, California. That's a small town genetics bred hog. And the last one out there was Jocelyn Slade from Mesa, Arizona, with the solid black gilt there. We have no pedigree information on that one either.
52.95.
Could be bred by Fink Farms, I believe, but Jocelyn had 2 in this class, so not sure which one got released. $71.09 hog is Taylor Jenkins from Bayfield, Colorado, bred by Cut Above.
What do you think the judge is looking for in this class?
Think they got to be functional, sound, square, good looking, balanced, basically. No extremes anywhere. I mean, pretty obvious to me that when you get them out here, they got to have some look from the side, and they got to be square on their feet and legs. Travis has talked a lot about being square on their feet and legs, coming and going, and I think that's super critical today in our hog deal, that they got to be square and good looking and be able to go. then you can put the extra pieces on. This blue gilt for me is pretty interesting. The 5295 that Travis is in there looking at now, that one's super heavy structured, good looking from the side, tall shouldered, heavy structured. Yeah, interesting gilt there. I missed it yesterday a few times, but that one's pretty interesting. Probably fix her at the ground a little. She tapers a little to the ground, but that one's pretty neat. Again, the 7129 there. Christy Awalt from Paso Robles, hogbred by Warden. We don't have any pedigree on that. We're going to have to chew on Joseph Parker for not getting that sent in. So Travis is down to 4. See where he goes here.
Looks like he's having a little harder time deciding.
Yeah, I
There's 4.
figure he's putting the black hips gilt in. Probably need to level her in her hip just a tick and get her legs out from under her in the rear. That's how she sorts to the 4. As these hogs are getting a little bigger, he's taking a little more flesh on them rather than just greener made. And they should. They're at 200 pounds. These hogs should be showing us a little center body and flesh at this point in time. But still, 3 that are out here are super flexible, and we'll hear what Travis has to say now.
A lot of differences in this drive, and I think quality sorts its way up, and they come in different packages, I guess. And just for one, just to get out here and study them, I think there's one that just comes together in terms of quality, center body, top line levelness, and the way it plants and drives. I like the blue belted gilt to win. Let's congratulate her with a big round of applause. I like that gilt shape. I like her center body. I like her hand one hookup a little bit better than our second place gilt. Where I want to change this gilt, maybe at her ankle, or when you get right behind her, I think she moves good enough. Just maybe want to square her up with the ground ever so slightly. But I think a really well presented kind of a gilt that gives you a great look on the side. I like her wrist shape. I like her soundness and her angles. That's why she wins the drive. Young man in blue is going to be second. Let's give him another nice round of applause, because that gilt tip and hind leg is probably more suitable for me in terms of the way she's set there. She's got a big hind leg and one that I think maybe doesn't overwhelm me anywhere. She's a little wider heighted, but I think ankles are right. Just maybe want to fix her a little bit there. She wants to wrinkle up ever so slightly. It's a little easier in her top, but I think that all goes together in terms of her flexibility. That's why she lands in second. The gilt in third gives you an awesome look in terms of shape and muscularity. She just closes up too much off both ends for me. I want to pull her apart at the ground. We'll square her up ever so slightly at her hop. Great presented kind of a gilt. Awesome job sticking this one. I like her shape. I like her body. Just need to see her square coming and going for this particular way. The next one comes out, kind of moves up a little bit in terms of bone and structure. Gives you a nice look. She's got a good head and neck. Kind of levels up. She's a little rounder out of her hip, and her markings probably does not help that situation. But I think one, you just need to bulk up in the center part of her body, give her more spread all the way through, with a nice heavy structured, good pattern kind of a gilt to be in 4. Fifth place gilt comes out next, the black gilt. She's a little softer in her pasture. Where my biggest concern with her, she wants to plant and drive under herself a little more than ideal. Not quite as secure in her hip and hind. Like her shape, like her body, good skin and hair in that gilt. Just need to see her get out and go better from a structural standpoint behind. The next one comes out, look and design's good in this one. She just closes up too much at her knee. We need to just square her up. She's a little wide up there, and her chest floor doesn't quite match at the ground. Get a longer body kind of a gilt, maybe doesn't match all the way through. I visited with the remainder of the exhibitors. Let's give them all a big round of applause.
First place in that class is Caitlin Galloway. Second place, Cody Longville. Third place, Christy Awalt. Fourth place, Taylor Jenkins. Fifth place, Jocelyn Slade. Sixth place, Grace Curry. Seventh place, Maddie Bingham. Eighth place, Andrew Hanna. Ninth place, Hayden Orr. 10th place, Annika Burnfield. 11th was Maddie Vertigo. 12th, Madison Woolley. And 13th, Laura Wright. Congratulations. Ready for class 5. 206 to 214.
Well, Lauren, we're back, and we're we're in Class 5 now of Division 1. First hog out is the 70-43 of Jace Reinhardt. Next one is the 55-38 of Michaela Anderson.
We got 7105 here in the corner.
Corey Jenkins, 4411 is Macy Dorr. Next blue one coming out is the 6821. That's Maggie Roche.
A first through fifth place gilt in any of the classes today, or if you do in any of the future classes, you do need to be on deck to come in for the division drive. We need you to have your hogs on deck and be ready to come in for the division drive as we select those gilts for those division champion drives. We will pull those gilts in for those division drives so that we can place them from the top down, probably 10 deep, so that way we can set our sell order for later tonight. So you do need to be on deck. Buy your pin with that gilt ready to go if you are top 5 in any class today for that division. The first division will take place after class number 9, second division class 18, and then that final division after class number 26. So please make sure that you are paying attention to the classes and you know when you need to be around to get pulled in. We would appreciate it. That way we can be as timely as possible with getting those gilts sorted for that top 10 in each one of the divisions.
So yeah, guys, if you didn't hear that, we are going to be splitting classes by divisions. So we'll have the first division after class 9. We are currently on class 5. So this will include picking and sorting our top 10 pigs for the gilt sale that's going to be later tonight.
Also, if you were first place in your class, we do have feeders up here for you. You can come and pick those up from Sullivan Supply. Thank you to Sullivan's for sponsoring those feeders. You can come up and pick those up.
So, looks like he's got a couple turned around there and back in the rerun pin. Can't see the one, the first pin. Second pin is the 70-43 blue gilt there of Jace Reinhardt from Tonopah, Arizona. It's an Ottenwalter bred hog. We probably, if we're going to break video, let's break each division.
Oh, that's right.
So let's break it. Division 1, let's run a Division 2, let's run Division 3, and then we'll be done.
Okay,
Makes
sounds good.
sense?
Sounds good.
Break after each division. We're going to break video after each division. Thank you.
Coke.
I would have a Coke if you have one.
She was-
little Cokes, is that all right?
That's fine. That's
She was
fine.
drinking whiskey yesterday.
Oh my gosh, are you hungover? I don't have any hangover.
Talk about the condensation dripping on his left shoe.
Mute that.
I always talk casual.
So he's got 3 in the scale here in this class. As Travis is walking, you can notice the little spot there on his back, and we're not sure if he's got it heated up from all of his judging skills in here and got condensation dripping off the roof, or if we've got a stray bird flying around and made it drop something on his shoulder. But if you know Travis, you can send him a little message and find out what was on the shoulder of his. Yeah, it could be tomatoes out of the crowd too. We're not sure exactly. You know, James Backman's over here stirring the pot just a little bit.
Oh,
Whoop!
like
Now it's
do.
dripping off the roof onto his shoulder, so he may get a little bit of his own medicine. No, guys, it's a little cool here this morning outside in Phoenix. It was about 30 when we came in, and this barn's warm, and there is a little condensation on the ceiling here this morning.
Well, you know, I came from Iowa to get out of the cold, and
Here
it
you
didn't
go,
really
Lauren.
Work out for me.
Here
but
you
that's
go.
Okay. I'll
So
take
he's
what I can
driving the
get.
top 3. We got Jace Reinhardt, the 7043 with the blue mask hog there, the 2815 hog.
More of a challenging
Here's
class
Travis.
to just put together just the differences and how I'm going to prioritize and sort them down. An easy thing to do is to use the young lady right here with the bell to Gilt to win the drive. Let's give her a nice round of applause. I think the way that Gilt can get out and move is to her advantage in terms of on the side. I think ankles read right. I'm not going to tell you she's ideal from her ankle down to get right behind her, but I call her good enough in this particular class. Nice presenting Gilt, shape and body, puts a nice thing together there in this drive. Second's going to be the blue-eyed Gilt here, the young man's driving. I like that Gilt's just designed on the side a little bit better. One that I think is plenty mobile enough. She's not quite as heavy structured as the other two, but I guess I read her with just a little more correctness in terms of the way she gets out and goes. Young lady in third does a good job driving this Gilt, trying to hide that hind leg, and we know that one's that hind leg's not near good enough for me. I think she just wants to push her hock too much, but she is a nice presented, shapely kind of a Gilt that's got some stifle and muscle. Just need to square her up from hock to ground and get her any higher. The next one that comes out is one that's the 4th place Gilt right here. Sorry, we let bring the blue Gilt out. It's all right, Bo. We'll let you go this time. No, the blue Gilt that comes out next, I think finds her way to the top from a feet and leg standpoint. Her body shape's good. Just for me, I don't read this Gilt. I think her angles are right. That's why I say her feet and legs get her there. But I think the longer the drive goes on, she just gets a little bit tighter out of her hip than the other 3. We did drive her a little bit longer. Just need to give her just a little more length to hip. And I think that would help her stride all the way through. The next one comes out is one that gives you some shape and body and muscularity. Just for me, she's a little bit rounder out of her hip. Doesn't quite balance up as good as a few of the other ones, but it's a shapely kind of a Gilt that offers you a nice look from a head and neck standpoint. Bigger frame, bigger outline hog. Just need to pull her apart when she comes right out and give her more flesh. I think one from a feet and leg standpoint is plenty good enough. She's got good bone working in her. Just need to flesh her up a little more time on feet. That one could go ahead and pull towards the top because she's got a lot of the basics covered. Just need more of it. Next one comes out a little rounder out of her hip, not quite as good as the center part of her body. I visited with the remainder of the exhibitors. Let's give them all a big round of applause as they head back.
Let's congratulate our first place winner, Michaela Anderson. Second place, Jace Reinhardt. Third place, Mariah Howard. Fourth place, Maggie Roche. Fifth place, Michaela Chambers. Sixth place, Emma Nelson. Seventh place, Avery Kimball. Eighth place, Corey Jenkins. Ninth place, Sierra Reese. 10th place, Corianne Cook. 11th, Macy Dorr. And 12th was Zachary Osborne. Congratulations. 13th, Factory. Congratulations. We're ready for class 6 with hogs from 215 to 223.
All right, folks. Hopefully you could hear those placings there at on our Class 5, and got a few comments from around the country about what the temperature is, and sounds like maybe it's a little chillier in Wyoming than it is here in Arizona, so we should quit complaining, I guess, Lauren. So first one out of this next class, Class 6, is Shaylee Davis from Whitman, Arizona. Hog sired by Out of Line, I believe. Bred by Ottenwalter, Blue Gilt. Next young lady with in the yellow shirt is Lauren Bliss, the 5631. He turns that one around on a dime and puts it straight back in the pen. That's that one's bred by Twisted K Genetics.
Right in front of the camera.
No pedigree on that one.
6907. Have you got
That's
her?
Shaylee Davis. Yeah, we talked about her.
I apologize.
Then we've got the 5294. $52.49. 5294 is Kaylin Galloway, Hutchinson, Kansas. Thompson and Son bred hog sired by Wedding Day. We've got the front of the screen here, young man with a blue hog, is the 4536. That's Kyle Allen from Midland, Texas. Double take show pig sired by Simon. This is Kendall McMillan from Caldwell, Idaho, the 3607. Bred by M&J Livestock, sired by Hangover. Jason and Melissa Sherman, shout out to you guys there in Idaho. And that Hangover boar is an Ottenwalter bred boar that they bought from Ottenwalter's there at Duncan, and that boar's done a really nice job for those guys. Looks like another one Travis puts in the pen is the 2811. That is Ben Ortiz from Batesville, Arkansas. Cobb bred hog, sired by Monster Square. Boar continues to do a good job.
If you're just joining us now, we're on Class 6, which our weight breaks for this one are 215 to 223.
Pretty tight, getting a little tighter as they get bigger. 8-pound difference. Young lady coming into the screen there in the purple shirt with the gray vest, the Calico Hog. It's a local young lady. Trying to find the pedigree on that one. Not on our sheet. It's Kelsey Brooks, and she must be showing that hog for someone else. We'll see if we can get a number, but
Young man coming in front of the camera.
4536. That's again Kyle Allen from Midland, Texas. Yeah, I'm not sure. Kelsey's got that back number tucked in her pocket there, so not sure if she's just not on our sheet or she's showing that one for someone else. $36.07 again, Kendall McMillan. Caldwell, Idaho. Goes in pin 8.
We're pairing our way down to the top. I think there's 5 out there right now.
Yeah, he's got 4 in the pins, and he's pinning them off, and I don't know if he's going to drive a few more of these that he's got out here still or release them or what his plan is exactly, but
And it looks like he's got it down to his top 4.
yeah, he's got 4 in the pin, and
I guess, yeah.
yeah, so I guess he's down to 6 or 7. I think he'll probably start pulling these out and run the ones that are in the ring still.
He starts bringing them back out.
Lauren Bliss comes out of the first hole.
We have our list of our purebred gilts that will make the sale tonight. Again, we have our list of our purebred gilts that will make the sale tonight. I will read those at this time. It will also be posted on our group Facebook page momentarily.
We're going to unplug here so you can hear our announcer list the
J.T. Stinson, entry number 6664. Cretan Hirschfield, entry number 4863. Hannah Seymour, entry number 7144. From the Chesters, Ty Typen, entry 3447. Hannah Seymour, entry 7145. From the Durocs, Hannah Hawksworth, entry 7178. Max Heimer, entry 5448. From the Hampshires, Whitney Whitaker, entry 4113. Kevin Rogers, entry 6519. Wayne Barnett, entry 2471. From the Herefords, 1 entry. Jasmine Clevenger, entry 6417. From the Landrace, 1 entry. Ashley Anderson, entry 5396. From the Pullens, 1 entry. Whitney Whitaker, entry 4115. From the Spots, 3 entries. Mallory Oakley, entry 7083. Faith Geiswhite, entry 6817. Connor Correa, entry 7112. From the Yorkshires, 5 entries. Michaela Sierratino, entry 2455. Jack Odell, entry 6595. Lauren Bliss, entry 5629. Reese Sandberg, entry 6494. Christia Walt, entry 7128. Those are the purebred gilts that will be in the sale this evening.
Nope. Sorry, Lauren, go ahead.
I was going to say, we are working right now to get some of those pedigrees and more information about those purebred gilts that are going to be in the sale so that you guys have it, so that you know what's going to be in the sale and what you're looking at.
And last night, Lauren, we videoed the champions of each breed, and those will be posted on Facebook today. We did the videos of all the breed champions last night and those purebreds, and as soon as this is over, we'll try to get us film on as many of these gilts as we can, for sure, our division winners and our champion overall. At the conclusion of the Crossbred show, we'll bring the champions of each of the purebred divisions in from yesterday, and we will run for a supreme overall gilt today. Looks like we're down to 3. Lauren Bliss with the 5631, Twisted K-Hog, the 2871 of Brindley Coriel from Brighton, Colorado. That's bred by Charles Show Pigs, sired by The Hill. Know that young lady. She's been to a next level camp. And then the 2811, the young man is fighting this one. She is not one to cooperate. That's Ben Ortiz from Batesville, Arkansas. Bred by Steve Cobb and Sons. Sired by Monster Square. Gilt's name is Kiki, he says on the list, and man, she is not acting right. She is not one to cooperate for this guy. He's got her driving out there now. We'll listen to Travis.
Solid top trio here in this drive, and I think it comes down to a pair of them. They're different, they're types and kinds. I read one just a little cleaner or hot, just a little more endurance out of her hind legs. The young lady in the yellow shirt here is going to win. Let's give her a nice round of applause. Like that gilt design, I think her hind leg reads a little bit cleaner and at the same time offers some body shape and squareness. I like her tail set she does have. Maybe I'm not going to say she's the tallest fronted or going to get the biggest in her kind, but I call her good enough in this particular class. I think it sounds good in square deal to win this ride. Young man in second's got one there that I like a lot of things about, and I read her as a big one being awfully good because her head and neck and her shape and her body that she does have, she's a heavy skeleton kind of a gill. I just think the longer the drive goes on, she wants to get agitated. She's not quite as coordinated out of her hip and hind leg. She's maybe just a little coarser in her rear hock than ideal, but I like a lot of things about that one. I think better days are ahead. The gill in third, young lady does an awesome job driving her. She's good on the side. I like her shape. I like her muscle. She's a good center kind of a gill, just not near coordinated behind enough for me. She wants to swing a little bit. She's a little caved in when she drives right at me. But a nice trio gilt there in the top end. Calico gilt comes out next. She's a little shorter coupled. I think one that's got a good head and neck. She's got good shape down her top. Her body's good enough. She's just a little forward in her shoulder. She's a little shorter around her out of her hip, and that's where her disadvantage goes. That's why she's landed fourth. But I think in the gilt that offers quality all the while. Just want to square up just a nickel there at her foot when she goes right to the ground. Blue gilt comes out next, and I think gets here from a peak leg standpoint. Be the first to admit we need to crack her open when she comes right at me. Give her a little more forearm and just overall just link the stride behind. But I do like her shape. I like the look that she's got on the side. She's a little flatter in her foreroof compared to a couple of the other ones. The one that I do like in terms of just her malice, that's what landed her up where she did. Next gilt comes out. We worked a little bit harder. Not the best attitude, but I like a lot of things. She's a deep-headed, level-made one. It's got a big forearm working in her. I think her hind leg is probably just out there too far because she plants and drives good enough. She's just a little out in her hock. I think we need to square up. The one that gives you a lot of neat pieces there to be down in the middle of the drive. Next one comes out, one that gives you a nice look, feet and legs wise. Just need to see more muscle, need to see more width. I visited with the remainder of the exhibitors. Let's give them all a nice round of applause. They hit that.
Let's congratulate our class winner, Lauren Bliss, first place. Second place was Ben Ortiz. Third place, Janelle Correll. Fourth place, Gabriella O'Donnell. Fifth place, Shayla Davis. Sixth place, Caitlin Galloway. Seventh place, Kyle Allen. Eighth place, Ben Ortiz. Ninth place, Josie Hunt. 10th place, Kendall McMillan. Congratulations.
Again, for those of you at home, we're not going to sound like a broken record, so as long as you can hear Kevin announcing our champions there, or winners, I should say, of each class, then we're not going to repeat that, but we're going to move right on to our next class. Lauren, looks like we're on class 7, and our weight range there in this class appears to be 225 to 230. So, again, those weight ranges are tightening up as they get bigger here, and we've got after this class, 2 more classes in this division, and then we'll have a division runoff. So Travis turns the 5002 hog straight back around, puts that one back in the pen. That's Shelby Nissen from Willows, California. Ottenwalter bred hog, sired by Adeline. That one's pretty striking from the side for sure. One that just comes out of the pen there. Young lady is driving. Try to get a number on that one. Next one Travis puts right back in to rerun is the 1297 of Cade Catterson from Primeville, Oregon. Triple C Show Pigs bred hog, sired by Dirty Secret.
Dirty Secret.
That's the 5680, young lady in the rust-colored shirt there. That's Delaney Frame from Kennewick, Washington. Mom Shannon is down here. That is an Ottenwalter bred hog, sired by Wedding Night. Again, Wedding Night. No need for introduction for Wedding Night. That boar has been one heck of a job. Year after year, continues to win shows.
Creating some really great heavy-muscled, heavy-structured type of pigs.
Absolutely. 6823 just goes right back in the pen there. Makes a quick circle. That is Maggie Roche from Gonzales, California. That's a WD bred hog, sired by Curtain Call. Again, the 3767 is in the pen there to rerun. That's Jenna Brom from Craig, Nebraska, bred by Jeff Stewart, sired by Visionary. Another boar that has done a tremendous job there. It's at Premium Blend Genetics and cob bred boar that continues to win. In the ring, we've got the 7173 that's in the ring there showing. That's Tyler Trulson from Santa Margarita, California, Ottenwalter bred hog. Will not have the pedigree on that one. Young man right in front of the screen here is the 4346. That is Colton Hall from Liberty, Kansas. Messner Farms bred hog, sired by Short Bus. SGI boar there in Iowa.
Yep.
Your home turf there, Lauren.
Yeah, some great pigs out of those guys.
Yeah, they've had a heck of a run with boars they've had there at SGI. Done a great job. Of course, Dirty Secrets Man of the Year, named yesterday Man of the Year. So
yeah,
that Lackey's. In fact, I think I saw Jackie walk by here just a few minutes ago, and what a run that boar's had. And there's a lot of sons out there out of that boar. They're doing a great job.
Some growing some really great pigs. Yeah, grew up about 5 miles from where he.
There you go,
he's
5
home.
miles. Cool. Can go down there and hang out with the boys at SGI. And he is plugging them back in the pen for reruns quick now.
You know, Travis does a really good job of making sure that he gets his classes done quick and keeping us on schedule. So that's really
Knows
great.
what he likes and what he doesn't like, and
Yeah.
he doesn't fool around. Let's get them plugged in where they need to go and don't run the feed off of them.
And very consistent with his placing, which is another really great thing.
35, 50, 80 puts down there, I think, in 10th. That's Emily Downey from Yukon, Oklahoma. 5680 of Delaney Frame from Kennewick, Washington, ends up in 9th. Let's see if I can get the young lady that's going back in number 8 to see what her number is. 7173 is Tyler Trulson from Santa Margarita, California, is in 8. Travis has got 2 more out, and he's going to looks like he'll pull the top few in out. So again, first one out here is the Shelby Nissen, Willows, California, Ottenwalter bred hog, sired by Adeline. That Adeline boar is one that Russell will tell you that's the next wedding night. He thinks a lot of that boar, and that one goes back to that 4-8 sow there at Ottenwalter's, I think, that's done such an amazing job for them, and she's still alive and going, but this gilt is pretty neat from the side for sure.
Yep.
Right to the scale that one goes. I'd say that one might be the odds-on favorite in this class. He didn't have to spend much time evaluating that one.
Yeah, so Shannon, tell me a little more about what going to the scales means.
So again, going to the scales is, you know, you declare your weight. We don't weigh when you come in. You declare a weight based on what you weigh in the scales back here. Turn in a weight card, and then we say we're going to the scales. You have to weigh back within 15 pounds of what those hogs are declared at. So if you declare them again at 200, they got to weigh less than 215 and not less than 185. So within 15 pounds plus or minus of what they're declared at. So
It's a way to keep some consistency and honesty in the
yep,
kids.
absolutely. Turns it into a little more of a feeder's game there, and if you can draw them back and push them forward and get them right up at that limit, so you're the biggest in your class, but don't go over. 68-23 there, the blue gilt that goes away from us there. Again, that's Maggie Roche from Gonzales, California, WD sired hog. Really nice gilt there. That's a curtain call gilt. Try to get the number of the young man that just went through the scale here as he comes, and I apologize from home. On the far left side of your screen you can't see, but our scale is to our hard left, and it's like the 7197 young man there with the solid black gilt just comes out of there, and he's been over at the scale. And again, that's Jeffrey Botello from Los Banos, California, and we do not have a breeder or a pedigree on that. And these young people, I would encourage you, if you're listening at home or you're listening in the back, make sure you turn those things in, and breeders make sure they get those turned in on their entries, because without that, we can't give a pedigree and a shout out to the breeder and to the board that those things are sired by without you turning those in. So pretty important if you want to have a little bit of promotion on your boars and your sows there. Again, still out there driving is the 3454. That's Grace Vertical from Oakdale, California. Ottenwalter bred hog, sired by Shine On. Sends the 4346 to the scale. That's Colton Hall from Liberty, Kansas. Messner Farms bred hog, sired by Short Bus. He puts in the 5th hole there, is placing these tops, the 3454. That's Grace Vertical from Oakdale, California. The Ottenwalter bred hog, sired by Shine On.
Places the 4th pig.
Yep, puts that.
Calico pig.
Yeah, actually, I guess she was 6th. He's got 6 left out here in the ring, so actually 7th.
Excuse me.
Had a lot in this class, so he ran out of pin space. So he's having to shuffle them around. Well, Lauren, which one's he going to use?
I don't know.
Let's see what you got.
Still like that, I can't see your number. The Shelby Nissen's pig.
That's the one I'm calling.
Yeah,
He hasn't really looked at that one again. That one comes out. He gets a couple of good looks at that one, runs it to the scale, and lets that one drive. And that one's still moving around like a cat, doing well.
Yeah.
Probably put a little more upper rib shape in that one. She's a little flatter in her rib, but that one's pretty cool from the side. If you like them pretty and extended and tall fronted, that one's got a lot of pieces. The WD hog here, this blue gilt, really stout, heavy structured kind of a gilt. Probably got a little more center body and shape to her. We'll see what he's done. Black hog there's probably got the most body down there. So, yeah, personal preference. The Nissen hog here's starting to blow up a little, and, of course, that seems to be contagious. Yeah. One starts to blow up, and the next one blows up, and the next one blows up, and pretty soon you got half the classes screaming. So
it's like when someone says they're hungry, everyone else is
we missed that one. Nissen hog's 5th.
Oh, wow.
She's probably a little harsher today than she needs to be. But, man, that one has a great big one. It's going to be really nice.
Give her a few more pounds to put on. And
put another 60 pounds on that one, and she's pretty competitive for sure. 1297 hog here is super big-legged.
Stout.
That's Cade Catterson, the Triple C hog, Dirty Secret hog. That one has got as big of legs as anything. Maybe almost to the point of being coarse.
Yeah.
But that one is stout.
Yeah. Who's in the red?
I don't know. I can't get that young man's number down there on that end, but he puts him in 4th. So he's, again, got the WD hog out here and the solid black gilt there that's just kind of a functional, no big holes kind of a gilt that the guys likes. And here's Travis. We'll see what he's going to use.
Tremendous class and probably the deepest yet today, and I think with that said, I think that there's quality all the way through. I mean, all the way down, we get into the Calico Gilt and she rolled out. I thought that's a nice place to start, and she's offers a lot of quality. I think all these gilts in the top 6 or 7 here offer a lot of quality, and there's a bunch of differences. For me, I think there's one that's a combination in terms of we got one that's real rugged, we got one that's real good looking, we got one that's rugged, good looking with an incredibly good hind leg. I like that solid black gilt to win. Congratulations. I like that gilt a great deal in terms of the levelness, her tail set. She's got a good shape in her. One that's still got a good head and neck on her. Get behind her. I mean, that hind leg is very, very impressive. I like that gilt a great deal to win. The gilt in second is going to be the blue velvet gilt. The young ladies work their tail off because this gilt is incredibly good prepared. She's good at her design. She's a good head and neck. Maybe want to stir her knee up ever so slightly if you want to get critical on her. I like her shape. I like her muscles. She does have some good enough in her bone work. Maybe not the best attitude, but I'm not going to take that away from her because that's an awfully good gilt to be second in a competitive class. Third place gilt is one that I would gladly load and take home because there's breeding value on this one. probably as big-legged and as woolly-legged as you'll find today, I think. She is massive in her bone work. She's massive in her head, and maybe for a breeding show, maybe a little bit out there, but I thought she needed to grab the top 3 because there's a lot of value in this gilt. For as stout and rugged as she is, she handles herself good enough. She's just a little harsher, not quite as fresh. Just need to give her a little more flesh and time, I think, but that one there would be awfully fun to breed because her pastures are still good, relatively sound for as much structure as she does have. That's a dang nice gilt to be in 3rd. 4th place gilt is one that's given the young man fits, but this one's hip and hind leg and flexibility is incredibly good, and that's why she's up here. I like her looseness that she does have. This doesn't overwhelm you with stifle muscle, probably where she gets beat in this particular drive, but one that does a lot of things from a positive standpoint. Feet, legs, design, and balance, a nice gilt. Here's another one that I thought would be up the way because when she comes out, she's incredibly good on the side. She offers some shape. She's just too hard for me in the center part of her body. Her lower third needs cracked open. She comes at me, she needs more chest, she needs more overall fill. I think for time, maybe if she bulks up and gets to 350, 375, she could be a nice big one there. Maybe want to change the shape of her hock at the same time. Calico Gill, as I mentioned, to start the drive, I mean, that one there is awesome in her head and neck. She offers some shape. She's too far forward in her shoulder, and that's where I want to get her beat. She wants to get more timid off both ends. I think we give her just a little longer step. She's out on the corners, maybe doesn't push her hot quite yet. Just give her a little more endurance, a little more reach. She's got some neat pieces working in her. Maybe a shot more flesh for the show ring today. Next one comes out is one that's another nice made kind of a gilt. Not a huge hole in this one, just not quite as heavy skeleton. Need to just pull her apart just a little bit all the way through. Give her a shot more true muscle shape. But a really good class, extremely deep. I visited with the remainder exhibitors. Once again, let's put our hands together for a very competitive class.
Let's congratulate our first place winner, Jeffrey Botella. 2nd place, Maggie Roche. 3rd place, Kate Catterson. 4th place, Colton Hall. 5th place, Shelby Neeson. 6th place, Jenna Brome. 7th place, Grace Vertigal. 8th place, Jace Marion. 9th place, Casey Hunt. 10th place, Tyler Trudelson. Congratulations. We're ready now for class 7. Class 8 with weight breaks at 231 to 239. Class 8, weights 231 to 239.
Camera lady, golly. Crowd cheers. The Gilts is in the state. Notice the split coming out. She's got 2 feet on each front foot, so she's 4 feet on the front. She's got a little extra traction going on. She's got an extra set of feet on the insides. That one from the top move. Just across the ring and runs checked every hog in the last 2 days here, and it's a great asset. And just volunteered to have herself come out here and do that, and we really appreciate that. As much the ones in the big field, and the middle ones and Tony last thing to do.
Let's congratulate our exhibitors that have been excused from the ring.
We said yesterday we had 1,000 head. We finally got a hard number count on them there last night late, and looks like we have 960 hogs in the barn on the show. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. So we're super excited. We were hoping to make that 1,000 head mark, but we're pretty darn close. Get more kids in the space. More accommodations. So hopefully we can move some things up. Most people understand that we're all major structure. Things are tight. We're kind of known to be family-friendly kind of way. So that's what we want to do. All right, so out the first 3 out, we're getting 38 and that's Travis, our freighter from Houston, California. I apologize for butchering that name. No pedigree on that one.
Well, challenging class to get through, but the easy thing to do is to use the young man over here with the Calico Gilt. Let's give him a nice round of applause. He's got the sound footed, balance Gilted. But not the longest, but I think she gets out. To the second place.
First place, Travis.
There we go.
Second place,
Yeah, we're good. You can put your splitter in.
Kylie Rhodes. Fourth place,
that right?
Kayla Webb. Fifth place, Sadie Bowen. Sixth place, Kayla Black. Seventh place.
Thank you. Yeah, but we're not plugged in. Sorry, folks. We had a little brain failure there with our sound.
Seventh place, Michaela Lorwell. Eighth place, Sierra Reese. 9th place, Brandon Doherty, and 10th place, Reese Sandberg. Congratulations.
All right. Yep. Looks like we're back and going there again. I don't know what happened, guys. Yeah.
Yep.
For some reason there we had a little snafu with the
Sound issue.
sound deal. So again, guys, this is Class 9 of the Crossbred Division 1, last class of this division, and then we will bring in the top 3 from each class and run for the top 10 in this division. Again, earlier they announced, I think there's 22 gilts in the sale from the purebred divisions yesterday, and we will fill the rest of the sale today with the crossbreds, and Travis's discretion there as to which ones he thinks need to be in that sale.
Shannon, go ahead and move the mic a little closer to you. Here we go.
Is that a little better? It's maxing our screen out there, so I'm not sure if we can't hear at home or what's going on there, but
Cool.
it's a little bit of a struggle when you got a lot of background noise and lots of people in the building and people walking up behind you.
All of our first, second, and third place individuals from each one of the classes to come to the makeup area. So please be listening. We will be calling you up at this time. We will have you load first place first, then second, then third. Dinah will be calling your name momentarily, or be asking for you to come up if you are first, second, or third. So please be on deck and ready to come to the makeup area at this time.
Again, looks like he's got a couple stuck in the pins over there. That's Dustin Andrus. I do know that young man lives in Colusa, California now. He works there at Ottenwalter's, and that is an Ottenwalter bred hog, of course, sired by Wedding Blues. Boar that's done an awesome job there for crew at Ottenwalter's. Looks like Travis so far has got 2 to weigh there. I'll try to get that young lady in the first spot's number as she moves about. $44.72 going away from us there is Kylie Aronson from Templeton, California, another Ottenwalter hog sired by Shine On. Young lady in front of the screen here is $32.77. That's Kaylin Siemens from Preston, Idaho, bred by Siemens Family Show Pigs, sired by Nightlife. The young lady's a great showman, does a really nice job. Good family. We have the Mr. Jay Souza here, $52.70 in front of us. Jace is from Hanford, California. Ottenwalter hog sired by Straight Survivor.
A great little showman.
Yeah, Straight Survivor is a clone of Scared Straight that Ottenwalters have there, and that clone boar has done a good job. Seems to be a very few of those clone boars ever breed on, and that boar has done a nice job. We've had a lot of litters out of that boar and had a lot of success.
Setting another one to the scale.
Yeah, set another one to the scale, and he just puts a Grace Vertical. Paige Vieira. Paige Vieira back in the pin there. Looks like she is in the 5th hole there, number 4505. That is a Ottenwalter hog sired by Straight Whiskey. Looks like he's going to run 3. 2 blues and a belt.
So this is going to be our...
Again, 44.
It's going to be our last class before we do our lightweight division.
Yep, and Lauren's got the list. Jeff just handed us the list down from the top, and as we bring those in, we'll talk them and tell you who's who. But we're going to run this last class, the Again, we have the 4472 Kylie Aronson from Templeton, Ottenwalter Hog, Shine On. Dustin Andrus, Ottenwalter Hog, Wedding Blues. I'm going to get this other young lady as she comes. Wedding Blues Hog is super heavy structured. Here's Travis.
Final class of the division and one. I think a class that fell together pretty easily for me. Let's congratulate this young man over here with our class winner. I think he's got a real good one in the division. One that's presented extremely well. She's a heavy structured field, up-headed, gives you a great look, shape, muscle, body, and bone. I think a real good play to start. The gilt in second is going to be the other blue gilt, the young lady's got. Also presenting kind of a gilt. I think she follows tight behind. Maybe not quite as heavy skeleton or secure out of her hind leg as our class winner, but one that I do like in terms of her design and balance. I think one that gives you a great look on the side and looks like she'll make a great female there down the road. The gilt in third does offer bone and structure. She's a little flatter in her feet, not quite as secure in her hock placement, but one that I thought from a quality standpoint needed to land third. Just want to square her up and pick her up on her front feet. A nicely shown gilt. Young lady does a good job driving her. Fourth place one comes out is one that gives you a great look about her head, and she's got some shape. She's too flat in her forearm and center body, maybe not quite as secure the way she plans to drive out of her right hind. Kind of wants to stamp it with not as much security, but I do like that gilt chip's overall design. She's probably as big top and as shapely as anything in this particular class. Just need to develop her a little bit there in the center part of the body. This gilt does have more body and just overall center dimension. Doesn't quite match. She's a little frailer in her features. She's a little shorter off both ends. Good skin and hair in that gilt. Just need to see more bone. Need to see more overall just length off both ends. The black gilt that comes out next offers some body and dimension there. Just maybe need to make her bigger in her overall tine and square her knee up. The other black gilt that comes out next offers some shape and look. Need to see more body. I visited with the remainder of exhibitors. Congratulations to those. Let's give them a nice round of applause.
And first place in Class 9, Dustin Andrus. Second place, Oakley Trap. Third place, Kylie Harrison. Fourth place, Isaac Hartredder. Fifth place, Jay Sweet. Sixth place, Paige Vera. Seventh place, Caitlin Seasmans. Eighth place, Carly Long. Ninth place, Jessica Wolf, and 10th place, Kelly Corn. Congratulations. We're ready for our division break.
All right, Lauren, let's plug you back in there and let's go to
Here we go.
Well, read them off for us, Lauren. Tell us who's coming in the first places in each division.
Okay, we're going to start with class 1. Jace Reinhardt in first. And Jasmine Clevenger in second. And then we're going to go to class 2. We have Ashley Anderson and Alicia
Perez.
Perez. And we're going to go to class 3. We have Joseph Lakelow and Jolene Slade. Jocelyn Slade. Class 4 we have Caitlin Galloway and Carol Long.
This is our Division 1 drive from class number 1, Jace Reinhardt. From class 2, Ashley Anderson. From class 3, Justin Lee. From class 4, Caitlin Galloway. From class 5, Michaela Anderson. From class 6, Lauren Bliss. From Class 7, Jeffrey Botello. From Class 8, Travis Hargrave. And from Class 9, Dustin Andrus. Let's give all these exhibitors a big round of applause for our Division I champion drive.
And Travis.
Well,
If you would, let's put our hands together for all 9 of our class winners out here. It's been a great start. I think we've got 3 divisions to get through, and if it stays like this, there's always been a handle within each drive, and that makes it fun. And as I talked to the breed yesterday, maybe all of them don't look the same, and I think that's okay. I guess just pick quality for me, and I've got a certain type and kind that I like, but just deal with what we've got within each drive. And we've got some different types and kinds, and obviously different maturity patterns and different endpoints, and I think that's okay. And there's still some, in this division, there's still some time to get them fed differently and maybe correct some issues that I mentioned, or whoever helps your breeders, feeders, your parents, whatever. So I think a great set of hogs. I visited about them all. I think it comes down to a pair of them, and I think there's some similarities within them, but yet there's one that just kind of grabs your attention from the side in terms of look and design. Real powerful still. You get on top of her, got an impeccably good hip and hind leg. I like her look. I like her shape. Extremely good one. She came in the last class. Congratulations to you. You got our champion.
Congratulations to Dustin Andrus out of class number 9. That drops in Oakley Track.
Up to second place went out, and that was a very competitive class, and I talked that one as being similar made in their type and kind in terms of design from the side, and offers some shape, not quite as heavy skeleton or as big a forearm as our potential class winner and champion, but I think a gilt that definitely gets on the top of things here, and I think it's between her and a couple other ones for sure, as I mentioned earlier. I guess the one that suits me second best in terms of just bone and structure, and the one that I think gives you an incredibly good look. Not quite as square or comfortable up in her front feet as our champion, but I like her a great deal. I like that solid black one second best. Congratulations to him.
Congratulations to Jeffrey Botello, your reserve champion out of class number 7. That brings in Maggie Roche.
For third, I think there's another one that pushed our reserve awfully close. Maybe not quite as heavy skeleton or opened up right there at her forearm and front shoulder, but a great design with her shape and power. I like second in the class 9 to be third overall. Congratulations.
Congratulations to Oakley Track. That brings in Guillermo Erson.
For fourth in the division, there's another one, design-wise, bone structure look. I like the blue belted gill here to be fourth overall.
That is Maggie Roche. Coming in from that class will be Cade Patterson.
There's another place I think that Gilts did like a great deal, and I think by far not the biggest one, but one that's got an incredibly good future. I like the Calico Gilt fifth overall in this division.
Congratulations to Ashley Anderson. Coming in from class number 2 will be Annalise Perez.
There's another one I think that falls into place in terms of bone and structure, width and power. Maybe not just picking up just a little bit in her front feet, but incredibly good looking on the sides, a good hip and hind leg. And then lady in the yellow shirt will be set.
Congratulations to Lauren Bliss coming out of class number 6. That brings in Ben Ortiz.
For 7, there's a logical place to start. I thought the pair was close in that class. I like the young man that was second in that drive down there in the corner to be 7th overall in this division.
Congratulations to Ben Ortiz. That brings in our 3rd place individual from class number 6, which is Brenley Coriel.
For 8th overall, there's another one I think just offers quality, that's square, that's wide, that's got a great future. I like the class 1 next best. Congratulations to him.
Congratulations to Jace Reinhardt. Coming in from that class will be Jasmine Clevenger.
Design and build wise, I think one is proportions are extremely good. I like the young lady's blue belted gill here to be 9th in this division.
Coming out of class number 4, that's Caitlin Galloway. Coming in will be Cody Loganville.
For our final spot in this division, I think a real unique kind of a breeding piece. It's as heavy skeleton as you can make one. I like this young man's belted gill right here to be 10th.
Congratulations to Cade Patterson, 10th place in our Division 1 drive. Congratulations to all those exhibitors. Just as a reminder, we will need you to be on deck for our champion crossbred drive later this afternoon. So please make sure you're hanging out here in the barn around that time. Congratulations to all of those exhibitors. Again, from the top, your champion Division 1, Dustin Andress. Reserve champion, Jeffrey Botello. 3rd, Oakley Trapp. 4th, Maggie Roche. 5th, Ashley Anderson. 6th, Lauren Bliss. 7th, Ben Ortiz. 8th, Jace Reinhardt. 9th, Caitlin Galloway. And 10th, Kate Patterson. Congratulations to all of those exhibitors. We will begin our Division 2, Class number 10. First class in Division number 2, Class number 10 momentarily.